guys, again, I'm glad you're here to go through this with me and have a wonderful time today getting fit and having some fun. So let's get started, and I will go through a rundown of what we're going to do today. So really all I want to do is introduce exercise to you, and in that we're going to do a warm-up. We're going to have the main body of the workout, which will comprise a bit of cardio, a bit of resistance, and maybe some ab work. And then we're going to cool down and we're going to do stretches. Just introduce, so you do 30 seconds of each, and we can then move on to the main body. So if you're ready, okay, we're going to just start with just a little marching and just get some movement and blood circulating in our legs and arms. Now swing those arms, so there's a bit of activity. Very good. Wow, athlete. Very good. And you girls? Yeah, fantastic. So you're all very active anyway, and that's great to hear. So next we're just going to a high knee stop. Very good. Do you do these warm-ups at school? In your own sports? Yeah. No? Can you feel you're breathing harder already? Yeah. Good. That's the idea. Do something different. We'll do some butt kicks. That's it. We might just raise our arms here. How do you feel? More warmed up? Just pair up. You girls can pair up if you like, and I'll pair up with Jackson. And we just do it. And shoulder tap and knee tap. So that what we're doing is actually trying to block the other person tapping you at the same time tapping them. Do you know what I mean? So try and tap my shoulder, Jackson. That's it. I want to work you from tapping me, but I want to be tapping you at the same time. So what this is just agility and also breaking the ice with the person that you're training with. So we can start. Okay, ready? Go. Cardio side, and we're going to just start with and in the next 30 seconds. So legs, feet up if you like. So knees down, hands shoulder width apart, and let's go. You don't have to wait. Just make sure that you're not hurting yourself. You don't feel any pain. And if you do, we can adjust your posture. Now you continue to do so, and I will watch you. Nice one, guys. Impressive. Now try to move your hands back a little bit. Yep. Just so that you're underneath your soft shoulders. That's it. Is that a bit easier? Good. Work. Work, guys. And just a few more. Jackson, are you okay? Okay. Just before we continue, Jackson, what I'm seeing is sort of just lowering your back down like this, where I want to actually move your elbow, so you actually bend your elbow to lower yourself. That's it. That's it. Brilliant. Brilliant. See if you can tuck your bottom in. Yep, and lower. That's it. That is perfect. Good on you. Well done. Well done. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Feel that difference? Excellent. Well done. I'm glad you're understanding exactly where I'm coming from. Nice one. So how many did you end up doing, guys? Did you? No. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Have you done push-ups before? No? That's pretty good.
I haven't done these ones before.
No, you do. You actually do those
Yeah.
military push-ups, don't you? Yeah, I've seen you. Show us what you do, Jackson. Maybe I've underestimated. Wow, look at this athlete. Look at this little athlete. He should be training me. Wow, Jackson. And how many of them do you do normally?
10.
Wow, well done. Well done. I couldn't even do 10. Great work. Okay, the next thing we're going to do some squats. Have you done squats before? Okay. Oh, have you? Okay. So what do you usually do, Shelby, when you're doing squats? So a squat is basically moving with your lower body. So you're bending your knee as if you're about to sit down on a chair. Meanwhile, balancing yourself so that you're not actually going to sit on the chair, you've changed your mind, and then you raise yourself up with your lower body. So let's start. I'll just stand here so you can watch my posture. I'll do it on our side actually. So the thing to be very aware of here is that your knees are always above your ankles. So what I don't want to see is this. Sometimes it's basically one foot in front of the other. Again, just being aware that your knee is on top of your ankles, and you lower your hind leg down until the knee hovers above the ground. Yeah. Now, if you lose balance, just move your stance a little further apart to hold your balance. Very good. That's it. Yep. Be careful that your knee is perpendicular on top of your ankle. That's it. That's it. Very good, Shelby. That's great. That's brilliant. Do you feel the stretch? Where do you feel the stretch? Right here. Very good. Excellent. Or everywhere. Okay, the other leg, please. Yeah, the other leg in front. Very good. And again, we'll just make sure that the knee is always above the ankle. Yep. So that your knees will never have any trouble. And you lower your hind leg until the knee almost touches the ground. Excellent. And so when you're able to support yourself more, you can do walking lunges, if you like, or stationary lunges that are just that you're just lunging on the spot. Or walking ones are basically you walk from one point to another in the lunge. Very good. So the next party that you have, you can all show each other walking lunges. Nice one, guys. Nice one. It's a very hot day, I know, and thanks for putting up with this. So the next thing we're going to do is actually a little bit of work on the abs. So we're going to be on our backs for this one. Just going to be on the ground. Yep. On the ground. We'll lift our legs up about 90 degrees. Very good. And we're going to be as if we're cycling. Perfect. Well done, guys. So in this exercise, what we're trying to be aware of is if you just keep cycling, I'll just show you. I promise we're finishing up, guys. I know it's terribly hot. What we're finishing up with is just, that's it. So keeping your legs up uses a lot of muscles from your core. Again, we're trying to just build up the strength in your core. Next time we won't sit so close together. You'll be right. I know you're trying to get in the camera. I know you guys. Thank you. And so that's something else that you can easily do because it's not too strenuous. You're not jumping up and down, but you're getting lots of activity in the muscles that you can't see right now. So keep your legs up and cycle that imaginary bicycle as if you're going to the moon with ET. Good work. Good work. Okay. Let's warm down. Let's cool down. What do you think? Yeah? Are you ready to cool down? Okay. All right. So what we want to do in our cool down is basically stretch all the muscles we've used today. So let's get up for a minute. And we'll just start off with our quads. Have we stretched our quads before? Yeah? How do you do that, Justin? Oh yeah? Okay, we're just going to balance in one. Very good. Okay, you're ahead of me. So we're just going to just balance and just try to hold yourself in the same position. Very good. And just feel the stretch. Feel that stretch. You feel it? Very good. Now the idea to stretch after any workout is so that you don't get any stiffness in your muscles while you're day. Sometimes you play sport and you're rushing off after your PE class and you forget to stretch. The next morning you wake up and it's like, oh, I can't lift my legs. But if we stretch, after all the exercises and sports, it'll be better for us in the following days. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. Who's done a hamstring? Very good. That's it. So back straight, your heel on the ground, supported by the back leg. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings, do you? Yeah. Yep. Very good. Did you play cricket yesterday? Yeah. Oh no, of course you did. I can't imagine any other way. Right, and the other leg. So let's sit down on us, and we're just going to stretch our bodies all over. Because we did some planking today, we did some jumping, so we've used all parts of our body. And that's it. All you want to do is just have your legs forward, your back straight, and just lean as far as you can. You don't need to reach anything. You don't need to hold anything. It's whatever you can reach. And it's just really just to stretch your legs out, your back out, so that you won't be sore. And your calves. Very good. Yeah. Feel that stretch. Give it a shake. Yeah, great. Now last stretch. We'll get up again, and we're just going to have our hands clasped in the back, and we're just going to push out a little bit. So we're stretching our chest, we're stretching our shoulders. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. High fives all around. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. High fives to each other. That's it. Well done, guys. Thank you for coming, and I'll speak to you shortly. Okay? Alright, cheers, guys.
Hey Jackson, hey, before we start, can I just say thanks again for doing this test with me. What we want to do today is a chair push-up test. So with this test, it's only 30 seconds long, a bit shorter than what we were doing out there, and we've already done our measurements. We've got our chair against the door for support. What I want you to do now is be in a push-up posture as you do, yep. And so you have your toes back just behind the rug, which is what we measured. Fantastic. And I only need 30 seconds of this. So the push-up will be counted if your chest touches the chair before you push yourself back up. You don't need to rest here. You just touch slightly and then push yourself back up. And I'm only going to do 30 seconds. And I'm just going to count how many you do in that time. Okay? All right. And start. 30 seconds, 14 push-ups. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm just doing that to see where your fitness level is. So I'm just going to take those results and put it, compare it against a chart, and it will tell me what fitness level you are, and I know you're pretty fit, so not many 10-year-olds can do 14, 15 push-ups in one go. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, kiddo. Okay, and I will let you know of those results, and we can do a program after that. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Jason. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Irene.
I'm pleased to meet you, firstly.
Yes.
And I'm glad you're taking this step into embarking on some fitness and getting into the fitness lifestyle and making the most of all the things that we're offered these days. And
That's right.
Yeah, good on you for taking that step.
Thank you.
It takes a while to actually make that decision. And
That's
now that
right.
you're here,
Yes.
we're going to run with it together.
Okay, that's good. It's nice to feel support as well.
Excellent.
That.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Well, firstly, before we get to even doing any of that, I want to go through a pre-exercise screening with you.
Yes.
Now, this is basically a background of information that allows me to see what sort of health situation you're in.
Yes.
Yep. So if you don't mind, let's start the form together.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just. Today's the 28th, and your date of birth. I know.
For the 870.
Wow. Okay.
Don't go well.
Well, the thing is, you're 55, so
we can't. Yes.
yeah. So you're looking pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So the first question is, has your doctor told you you've had a heart condition or have ever suffered a stroke?
No.
And do you ever experience unexplained pains in your chest or rest during a physical activity?
No.
Do you ever feel faint or spells of dizziness during physical activity, exercise that cause you to lose balance?
No.
No? Fantastic. Have you had asthma attacks requiring immediate medical attention at any time in the last 12 months?
No, I haven't.
If you have diabetes, type 1 or 2, have you had trouble controlling the blood glucose in the last 3 months?
No, I haven't.
Do you have any diagnosed muscle, bone or joint problems that you have been told could be made worse by participating in physical exercise?
No, I haven't.
Good. Do you have any other medical conditions that may make it dangerous for you to participate in physical activity?
No.
Oh, fantastic. So, yeah. What that means is that we can progress into the next part of the screening. Don't have any issues. I might just ask you to sign this form so that we've gone through this together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll fill out your details. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'll work out that date. And now this part of the program, this part of the screening, is to get an idea of your physical activity and any historic health issues again, so that it'll prepare me with adequate knowledge to put a program together for you later on. And at the end of this exercise, I get a risk score, a risk factor score. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And I'll explain that. I'll explain that when we get there. But let me go through the questions with you.
Okay.
first.
Yes.
Yep. So, a little bit about your family history on heart disease. Do you have any close family who has had any heart problems in the way of a stroke or heart attack?
No, not at all.
Okay, that's wonderful.
It is good.
Yeah. Let me just say no here, please. Do you smoke?
No, I don't smoke.
Oh, good on you. Describe your current physical activity or exercise levels to me. Do you do light exercise, moderate exercise?
Well, I do the
vigorous?
Pilates and Zumba. So I'd have to say that would be probably vigorous, would it?
The Zumba and
There's
Pilates.
cardio.
Yeah.
And the Pilates is for the muscle strength.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, let's say vigorous. And what sort of frequency do you do?
I do once a week Pilates, once a week Zumba.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just walking in between.
Oh, good
Just a
on
bit
you.
of walking.
And so, are they 1 hour each?
Yeah, about an hour each.
So So you've got 60. So you've got 120 minutes of exercise every week.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then walking on top.
And then walking a bit. Yeah.
Well done. Well done. And how tall are you, Tim?
Should know. I think I'm 5'4". I think.
5'4".
Yeah. Not very.
Can you just think of that in centimeters?
I'm not very high.
Yeah,
Not very
5'4"
tall at all.
is actually 160. Do you mind if I measure your height?
Yeah, that'd be good.
In centimeters?
That would be great.
Just get something accurate.
Yep.
Just. Thanks, Jackson. 150. 161.
So is that what? 5 foot what?
5'4".
Oh, these is it?
Yep.
Oh, there you are. I was right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So 161 centimeters.
Yeah.
That was the personal question. Do you know how much you weigh?
I did weigh myself this morning, but it is kind of, I guess it is personal. But for this purpose, I'll write down 90 kilos. I think.
I'll calculate your BMI. Look, I understand that. Don't be nervous or feel like
No.
confronted by that. That's
No.
why we're here. You know,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
making that next step and we're taking care of your health. So,
Yes,
you know,
that's right.
and it's never, and health isn't really just measured by weight or height or girth and things like that. And as we can see, you do Pilates. You know, I think you're probably healthier and more active than people that are half your age.
Yes.
You know, who think they are bulletproof and all those things. So don't let that deter you in any shape or form. Have you been told that you've had high blood pressure?
No, I've been known to have a bit of low blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
That was really during the births of my children, so it's not. Usually, I've had quite good blood pressure when I've gone on a normal day to get to get blood pressure checked. I've been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes you'll have low blood pressure, but you've known.
No, that was only through birth when I was
giving birth.
Yeah.
Around the birthing time.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise,
so I won't consider that your day-to-day sort of fitness situation then.
No.
Because, you don't give birth every day.
No, that's right.
But I suppose you're probably not the first woman to experience some low blood pressure around that time.
Yeah.
Have you been told you've got high cholesterol?
No.
No? Good. That's a good thing too. What about blood sugar? Have you ever been told that you have high blood sugar?
No, I haven't.
Fantastic.
And I have various tests through pregnancies too. You have to when you
Just the final 3 questions. 4 even. Have you spent time in the hospital or for any medical condition in the last 12 months?
No.
Are you currently taking any prescribed medication?
No.
No? Good.
Vitamin E and evening primrose.
Oh, good on you.
That's all I take.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
No.
There are so many of those supplements on the market now. Yeah, it's incredible. Are you pregnant or have you given birth in the last 12 months?
No.
Do you have any muscle, bone, or joint pain or soreness that is made worse by participating in by a particular type of activity?
No.
Okay. Wow. Good on
Yeah,
you. Well, you're looking pretty good, Tim, let me tell you.
Thank you.
That's so funny. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm just going to work out that risk factor score that I was referring to earlier.
Yes.
And this form gives a really good guide of how I determine that. So, because you're 55 or over, I 1 there. Now you don't have any. You don't have any heart disease history, so that's great. You don't have any there. No smoking.
No.
And now I know that. So your exercise, I would say that you're pretty much equal to 150 minutes a week, given that you do 2 hours in Zumba and Pilates, and then you walk onto the mat. So that's at least 30 minutes throughout the week, if not more. So I'm going to give you -1, which brings it down again. So your score comes to a 0.
Yeah. That's good, isn't
That
it?
is fantastic.
Oh, wow.
That is fantastic. So all those factors, what's happened is that they sort of just outweigh each other.
Yeah.
And now this final guide, as you were there, guide tells me if the risk factor is lower than 2, you're a low risk client, which means I can program things to a vigorous and high intensity level.
Yep, that's good.
So that is great. And this is a chart that's a guide for all trainers to use, and it allows us to tailor a program that allows you to, I suppose,
Like a grading of intensity.
Exactly that. Yep. So I can do things that are considered hard for you, and to the point that that you can't, so that you're breathing to a point that you're not talking, you're unable to talk.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So on the lighter end, the activity level is at a point where you can hold a conversation with the person. Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, let's leave that there and move on to the next part.
Yeah.
And we'll just take a moment. So I'm just going back to the calculation of the BMI, and I've calculated that, and it is a touch on the higher end, but that's what we're working through, and we're going to get that down, and we're going to conquer it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. Good on you. And generally your fitness level your health level is looking great.
Yeah.
Because you're doing your lifestyle and your family background is preparing a good foundation.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is something.
Another thing we like to do is swim. We swim a lot together.
That's fantastic.
Do a lot of swimming.
Swimming is one of the best sports for people of all ages and fitness groups.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing we're going to do is a bit of goal setting.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I know that you're already doing some physical activity in your Pilates and your Zumba. With your training with me, what do you want to actually achieve? Do you want to be more fit and have, say, a bit more muscle definition? Continue with our goal setting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And let me just start by just confirming that you already do a couple of sessions a week in Pilates and Zumba.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Good. And in meeting with me, what are the things that you want to improve on or focus on?
Yeah.
Do you want?
Well, looking at what you've got down the bottom there,
probably
the toned muscles.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
And just maintaining and increasing flexibility in that area.
Fantastic. Yeah. Anything here that you can identify?
Oh, you might have different. You might even show me different exercise techniques that I can do at home.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, that's excellent. Okay. And just generally improving health, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so that I can keep track of your progress through time, what sort of
tracking format would you be happy with? Sort of a body weight or a training logbook?
Probably a training logbook would be better.
Yep.
And actually write down when you. Because that's
When
like writing down what you'll.
What
when
we
you.
did when we did that, and
What
say you were starting off with 5 push-ups today, and in a month's time you might be doing 20. That's a great way to measure your progress.
Yep.
Yep. Very motivational.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. And what sort of? I know that you have 3 kids, and life must be very busy.
Yeah.
And are there times that you can spare that you're able to?
Because I'm doing casual work, probably I can do the occasional. I can probably commit more to a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Yeah. Okay.
But that would be also depending on if I get called up for work.
In the past, with any of your training and workouts, have you ever felt lack of interest and loss of motivation and things like that?
I guess on a day where you've got hold up washing and something on at school or those sorts of things can make you think, well, I've got to do that.
Yeah,
I won't have time if I don't have something on.
Yeah.
The realities of life, yes, get in the way sometimes, but that's not often. But that would be,
Well, we're just gonna have to make it happen.
Yes.
Because it's about prioritizing, and I understand that family most certainly a priority.
Yes.
But if you don't have your health and your energy and your own happiness, then you can't really look after your
That's
family.
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll be calling you. I'll be checking.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll be chasing
that's
you down.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah. That is, there's a motivator.
Good. So I want to ask, what are your expectations from me as your trainer?
Well, I guess you would have more knowledge than me on maybe, the time you do a certain exercise, how long you should do one for.
Yeah.
The knowledge of what, like we did before, the height and the weight.
Yeah.
And the motivation that you can give.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Setting
fantastic.
a program along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be there to do all that.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Now, how in what ways can I motivate you? Are you a tough love kind of person? Like, will I be a drill sergeant with you, or will I be just one more, Kim, just one more?
Yeah, I rather the softer approach, I think.
Yep. Softly.
I do work with either, but I think,
Yep.
I
That's
think,
okay. Either way, we'll get you there because I'd rather communicate to you that spoke to you in a way that spoke to you rather than there are ways that people communicate.
Some
and you
people
just think,
do,
well,
like,
just be quiet because I'm not listening anymore. Whereas if you deliver it another way.
Whereas on the other hand, if I wasn't doing an exercise to how you felt or not putting enough effort in, if you thought, I would rather you say than just let me continue and not get what I need from that.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep,
So
exactly.
that's important too.
There's no point doing an exercise to a point and where it's not doing anything effective for you.
No.
So I'd rather that your posture was correct and all those things. No, like not just a sitting posture or anything, but your form was correct. More than repetition. And if your form wasn't correct and you were doing 1,000 of them, it just wouldn't be great
not getting the benefits.
No benefits, and furthermore, you may be hurting yourself. All those things.
Yes.
Okay, great. I look forward to that. Right. Now, so what sort of activities do you actually like to do? Do you like cardio more? Do you like resistance? Do you like weights more?
muscles are quite protruding. I don't want to be the muscle woman because I don't know. I don't want to look like.
You won't be.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to. Have that. I would like to be toned, but I wouldn't like to be looking like I'm going for the next.
You're going to bulk up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Muscle woman. I don't know.
Now let me tell you the fundamental that the women are in that shape because they train like 8 hours a day, you know, and they're eating and their diet and everything is totally geared towards them building that muscle up.
Yes.
But you're not going to do that, and they're probably taking supplements that will allow them to be, you know, going in that direction. And men can bulk up if they were, if they did the same exercise, as we did, simply because they have a lot more testosterone. That allows them to build up. So don't worry, we won't have you looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger with your head.
Yes, exactly.
Do not worry.
No, that's not a goal at all.
Are there exercises that you don't like? Are there things that you don't like to do?
I can. There in Pilates actually there is an exercise where you put your legs right back. I can do it, but I feel being a bit top heavy, you get this sort of weight felt that way.
Yeah.
But I can do it, but it's just
You don't like
I do it, but it's just not one of my favourites.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Do you like things like burpees and running around?
What's burpees?
Burpees are those exercises where you jump up and you push your legs back and then.
I can do things.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Good on you. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's not much that you don't like to do.
No.
Apart from the Pilates move, but
one of those.
I'll leave that in your Pilates. Class. I won't include in that area.
That's right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I won't disclude anything in my design.
No, and I probably do things I haven't tried, and I'll have to make my mind up then, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good one. Okay. I want to just touch a little bit on your diet. Tell me your day-to-day sort of routine. Do you drink enough water? Do you have
I always
your
have
veggies?
water with me.
Oh, very
But
good.
I prefer water than juice and soft drinks.
Yeah.
And lately I have been. I've tried, which is a good one. The Mount Franklin have a drink that has like a little bit of essence in it. So there's absolutely no sugar at all in it. And that's really nice.
And it gives you a nice flavour.
And it gives you a nice flavour. And it's not.
Doesn't have any, no
doesn't
calories
have any calories in it.
Yeah.
But
you eat regularly. You don't skip meals and things like that.
No, I don't tend to. I like my lunch. If I'm at work now, I'll take a lunch along, but I won't eat it if I have whatever the kids at the preschool are having. And they do lovely lunches. They do lasagnas and healthy sort of, noodly dishes and things. So I'll have, fruits, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
so pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Do you have alcohol and things like that?
I do on a weekend. I'll have one or two, but I'm not really a drinker either.
Yep, fantastic.
I'm not a drinker because I have to be responsible for taking the kids
good on you.
here and there.
Yep.
So I don't really,
Just one or two to enjoy the weekend. And nothing
no, I'm
like
not.
Good on you.
Yeah, not really.
Well, I'm very pleased with that. So, as your exercise regime ramps up a little bit, we might make some small adjustments. If you're doing a bit more weights, for example, I might add a bit more protein into your intake.
Okay.
And things like that. But
does protein, does that stop hunger as well, or is that just
very much so.
Okay.
Well, protein is a lot more, gives you a feeling of being fuller for a lot longer. Yeah, because protein is well, it takes longer to break down.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
yeah, so, you know,
Is it a replacement food as well, though, or is it just added to what you're having as like a...
Added to.
Added to, yeah.
Yeah. Because the idea is to have a balanced diet. You know, all these things about excluding carbs and whatever from one's diet is not a great thing.
No.
Because for our bodies to function properly, we
yeah.
need all the nutrients from all food groups.
I've just recently started with the kids like sustagen a little bit, and I think that has a bit of protein in it, and it's got like added vitamins and that sort of thing
and
in
it's
their
soluble,
shape.
so it's easier to take in.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do look after yourself. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Try it. Yeah.
Yeah. So so the important thing I want to make is don't exclude any food groups. You know, it's. I mean, we're always told to choose
It's more the portion, isn't it? Supposed to be
portions. Yeah, and also in every food group there are the better choices and the not so good choices. So in your carbs and breads, you can choose the whole grain options rather than the processed.
Yeah, in the breads, yeah.
Or say fruit and vegetables. Fruit we'll probably want to just limit to 2 pieces a day, whereas vegetables you can go crazy.
Right.
Because it doesn't have the sugar content of the fruit.
Yeah.
So, But you know, that's not to say that
Salads,
we exclude fruit. We exclude fruit in any way because it all has its benefits.
Yeah.
Okay. Kim, here we are. But the last 2 couple of things we need to do. I'll just get some measurements.
Joy.
Yeah. I know it's not fun for anybody.
No, it's all right.
Like we said earlier, you know, it's the next step we're taking.
Yes.
And and
It's all good.
in a year we won't have to do this.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to start with your waist.
Is it on the thing proper? Hang on.
Yep.
Is that the waist here?
Yes. I don't need to tell anybody. And I'm going to do the hips. Yep. Thank you.
And then you can tell me later what that all means.
Yep. Fantastic. Now that's done. And then we're going to do the 2-minute step in place test.
Yep.
So I'm just going to let's come over to the door here and you can follow us. So what I'm going to do is just measure you again between your foot and your hip.
Oh, leg standing.
Yep. And all I want to do is meet halfway. Up here. Now this is the halfway point between your hip and the floor. So in this test, in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to measure how many times you reach, you step up your legs up to that.
It's got to go up to there.
Yep, that's right.
No higher, no.
It doesn't need to be higher.
No,
and you can rest if you'd like to in between.
2 minutes should be fine.
And all I'm going to do is just count how many times you do that.
So can I just do a sample? Like, is that what you mean?
Exactly.
Right,
That's
okay.
exactly what I mean. Yep. And for every time your right leg is lifted, it's 1. So for 1 rotation is 2 of those legs.
So what are you looking at? How much I can do within that time?
Yep. I'm going to count how many you do, and the quantity that you do will give me a good indication of your fitness level.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. So tell me when.
So you can start. Sorry. You can take a break if you want.
No, I'm fine.
But this is excellent, excellent result.
I may not be puffed at the end because I'm doing controlled breathing.
Stop. Well done. That's impressive. You did not give up pace,
Yeah,
or you did not stop.
and I'm not puffed because I did controlled
Yeah,
breathing.
that is brilliant.
Hi guys, hi Brad, hi here.
Hi,
It's wonderful to have you both here. My name is Irene and we're going to want to just achieve something we want to achieve our balance and physical coordination. So this helps us with our lifestyle and everyday living. So, firstly, are there any health issues that I need to be aware of? Do you have any back pain or anything like that?
I don't.
Okay. Alright. So we'll just start with the warm-up, and we're just doing very light exercise today. So we're just going to be walking on the spot to start with. Yep. And we'll just step it up. Yep, step it up a little bit, a bit more of a march. Swing our arms a little bit so that we're feel like all our limbs are getting the blood circulation going. Thank you both. Right. You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You feel yourself warming up?
Yeah.
Yep. Brad plays cricket, so this is
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How's everyone's day?
Good. Yeah. Say what?
Yeah.
What's our pot?
Okay. So once we've done our warm up, we might just move into the smaller exercises in the main part of the workout.
Mm-hmm.
To start with, and this will be a very handy exercise. Hear me, Haley?
A little bit,
A little bit.
bit louder.
I'll have to add it later. Yeah.
We're going to start with a toe stand. Okay. So if what we're doing really is lifting the heel,
Yeah.
and standing on our toes. And this is really good to strengthen our glutes, our basically our lower body. That's really good. Yep. And if you find it difficult, you can just hold on to a wall or a railing or something, and you can do this anywhere on the back of a chair, and so it's a take anywhere exercise.
Do you have to squeeze your glutes as you go up or not? Some of the Pilates ones you do squeeze.
It would be wonderful if you do.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. To create that tension in the glutes.
Mhm.
Yep. And if you find that this isn't challenging enough for you, you can put a phone book or some weights in front of you, such as these.
Mhm.
And so to lift up your toes a little bit and to lift again. So it builds a little bit of height.
I get it.
Great to do anywhere.
Yep.
Waiting for the bus.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay.
to the next one.
Yeah.
And that is a squat.
Yeah.
So in terms of a squat, it's important that we note to have firstly, let's have our feet shoulder width apart or a little larger. Yep. And have your toes slightly pointing outward. And when we lower ourselves, we want to just be sure that the knees are on top of the ankles. So we balance ourselves with our arms in the front, and it's as if you're sitting down.
Yes.
And you change your mind and you get back up again. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you find this a little too difficult, you can widen your foundation again, so that there's a lot more support. Or if you find that too easy, you can make it narrower and do your squat a bit more narrow, make it more challenging.
Yeah.
And if you do find it too difficult, you can even get a chair and actually sit on it and then stand up again.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just do a couple more of those. Just being aware that the knees are always on top of the ankles rather than back.
Oh, okay.
So what we don't want to see is for the knee to come forward.
Okay, yeah.
So not like this, but rather like this. So the weight is actually on the bottom.
Back. Yeah.
And sometimes when we lose balance, there's a tendency for us to roll our knees in. So which is why we have the legs pointing out a bit. So that it's always better if you lose your balance is to have your legs stretch out.
Yep.
So this will ensure that you don't have any knee problems down the front.
Okay.
Yep, that's good. Right. So that's that. That's also a take anywhere exercise. Yeah. And the next thing will be a running on the spot. So we'll do this in our warm up. But basically this is an aerobic exercise that you can use at any time in your lives. That using that oxygen to create that energy is great for any endurance, and you will build a healthier heart.
Yes.
Because you're constantly getting oxygen in your blood and just good. Yeah, snowball.
I could do this with the kids at the Christmas.
Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, you must be very energetic in your day.
Yeah. Pretty.
Keeping up with the little one. Yep. And obviously, any modifications around this, you can just make it slower or quicker for yourself. Whatever you can handle, whatever pace you want to have, and
yep.
What you're trying to achieve. Do you run at this pace when you're cricket or?
More flat out and smaller.
Yeah. Is it like a sprint?
Sprint
and then
back off.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And then stop. Yeah. That's the opposite of that aerobic philosophy. You're not using oxygen to create energy at all. You're just using your stored energy.
Oh, okay.
Going for that burst.
So that's energy, quite deliberate then, what they do.
Like sprinting, a good example of people who use that energy a lot.
Yes.
They don't necessarily have that endurance level.
Okay.
They just sprint and they're really fast at it, and they have all this energy stored up.
Yeah, and it goes. Yeah.
Whereas in the aerobic end, you're using that energy, but you're going to produce it as you go.
Is it a myth or not that I've heard that you can have a little bit of chocolate before exercise because it's a slow release energy? Sort of.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, a little bit of chocolate is nice any time of
day.
day.
Yeah, that's right.
Provided you have the right chocolate.
Yeah, right.
But chocolate itself, or dark chocolate, has so many benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is a bent over row.
Okay.
So this is where I want you to pick up your weight, see? Yep. And the stance I will be at is feet again, shoulder width apart, and we're a little wider. With
bend about 45 degrees over to the front. We have our arms at a prone position with our hands facing down, and we row backwards. That's it. Very nice. Beautiful. You guys make me proud. You really do. That's beautiful. Beautiful. You know what? Amazing technique. Amazing form.
Okay.
No, that's great. Now let's do 10 more of those. Yep. So this is working your shoulders, the muscles in your back, and your triceps, your biceps, all those muscles around and holding those weights. Well done, guys. Okay, let's put them down and move on to the next one. Okay, this is where we're going to do some push-ups. Now we don't have to do those military push-ups, although you might want to. But normally we see push-ups as being in this position. So we can put
I
our
think the
knees
women
down.
can. Yeah, I do those.
Yeah.
Ones. Yeah.
And you're welcome to do that now, Kim. So if
Okay.
you follow me and bring yourselves down.
Yeah.
And, you know, this isn't the only way to do push-ups either. You can do it against the wall.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
So, just for the purpose of demonstrating this, so we've got our knees on the floor.
Yeah.
We want to assure that our back and our bottom is in one line.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm not like this, nor am I like that.
Yep.
Yep. So in that one line, and what I'm doing is lowering the arms. So I'm bending at the elbow and then lowering my upper body to the floor and then pushing myself back up again.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can see you both keep very active in any case.
We usually have to do 20 of these.
Yeah. Give me 200. No, I wouldn't do that to you. But if you find that this is too challenging, you can actually press yourself against a wall. Say if you were facing a wall, you can. The idea is the more inclined you are, the more your head is above your heart, the easier it'll become. So you can be facing a wall, and you can push yourself back and forth. Yep. As if that's the floor.
Okay.
Yep. And if that's not challenging enough, you can progress downward to a bench, to a chair, at that 45-degree angle, or straight onto the floor. Or if that's all too easy, you can go the other end, have your legs elevated.
Wow. Yeah.
But I don't even do that myself. So
Pilates, we do that, and we have legs apart, and we do like round.
Flexibility and
Yeah.
to open up your.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
And now we're going to just do some knee extensions. Okay, so the knee extensions, we're just going to be standing straight and lifting one knee up. Holding your balance. And we're going to just kick your leg at 90 degrees and extend out. So all the weight is on one leg. Holding your balance, using your core. And in all of this, don't forget to breathe.
We're just in the sun.
We'll try the other leg. Now, if this is quite too challenging, you can actually sit on a chair and do this stuff. So if you have a bad hip or something, you might want to be on a chair, and so you're only lifting your legs, so you don't need to support yourself at all. Very good. Okay. Excellent. And lastly, we're going to have this is a multi-muscle one, but it is great for the core. And we're going to get on the floor for this one with our stomach on the floor. And it's a bit like a Superman pose. It's a bit like this. Yeah. Yeah, you do that. Nice. Yeah. So we'll just hold that for 20 seconds and rest. And then 20 seconds again. 5 seconds. And one last time. Nice one, guys. Okay. Let's get back up. And now we're ready to stretch. We'll cool down. We'll do some stretches. And I'll give you a copy of the program to take away with you.
Great.
Yeah. And you can do that every day.
Aha.
Yeah. So we'll just start with maybe stretching our arms forward. Yeah. And just rounding our back a little bit. And just stretch all the shoulder muscles, the back. Yeah. And we'll do the reverse now. So we'll have our arms out. That's fine. Go to the flexible view. Stretch our chest muscles out a little bit, our arms. And then we can do our quad stretch. Just hold one foot up. And stretch our quad.
Sometimes if you just focus on the spot on the
There
ground.
spot. Yep. Very good.
I'm an old timer.
You obviously learned a lot in your time. That's great. Alright, we'll just maybe some deep breaths in. And out. So isn't that nice? Feel invigorated?
Yes. Yeah, you can conquer the world.
Hey Brad, thank you again for coming to see me, and thanks for bringing the GP referral. I've had a good look at it, and I'm happy to give you an idea of the program that I've got in mind for you. The things I want to make you aware of is that as a client who has hypertension, there are things as an instructor that I need to be aware of when I'm designing that program. And that is, I can't prescribe anything that will have your any weights that go above your head. Because generally what I want to avoid is your heart rate increasing further and your pressure, therefore your heart pressure increasing further. So I just want to give you some guidelines around exercise with hypertension, and that is we want to be able to build a stronger heart through exercise that will allow less pressure to be applied when your heart's pumping blood out. So in time, hopefully that's what we'll achieve, and we can start seeing results in the next 1 to 3 months if all things are perfect. And so yeah, let's start with a little warm up, and that is we'll just be walking on the spot, and this is something that you'll find yourself doing daily. And what I want to encourage is for you to walk a bit more. The ability to take in oxygen and get your heart rate up is wonderful exercise for anybody. So, and most certainly for yourself. And then we'll just move on to a brisk walk, a little bit faster. And now the test that I want to do with you is how fast we're going. So we want to be moving at a pace where you can still be talking to me. Yep. So how was your day?
Good, thank you.
So I don't want to get your heart rate to a point that you can't have a conversation. So we use this talk test as a nice indication of where you are at. Yep, with what our system's going. So next we're just going to jog a little on the spot, and you can still talk to me?
That's right.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so those are the things that are easily performed, and you can use those as warm-ups in any activity you do. And another thing that you can do that I can't show you right now is cycling, swimming, and dancing. I know your wife loves to dance, so I'll encourage that with her because that's all aerobic exercise. Right, so at this point, let's move on to for the cardio exercise, I'm just going to have you do brisk walking. So it may be up a hill, down a hill. It'll just remember that the pace that you take is at a pace that where you can still speak. So that's a good measure of how much of your system you're using. And now we can move on to some of the resistance exercises that I've got planned. Now, one of them is a bicep curl. Now, I do have weights for this. They're only very light weights. Now, what I want to do is just be sure that we're not raising it too vigorously or too quickly that it will increase your heart rate. But at the same time, we're just isolating your biceps to raise the weight. Fantastic. That's it. Yeah. So what we want to do is pretend that we're holding a newspaper under our arms, and we've got our arms, our upper arms pinned to our body, and we're just moving the joint at the elbow, and we're going to raise it halfway, and we can do this for 30 seconds, and that'll give you a good amount of exercise. Very good. Yep, if you keep going, I'll just have a look at your form. Fantastic, back very straight. Arms pinned. Work. Now just stay there for a moment. Okay, and stop. I'll take that. Thank you. Now for the next exercise, I'm going to do say modified push-up. I don't want you to be doing those really hardcore push-ups, because that again raises the heart pressure. And I'm going to do that on a bench. So what it will do is it'll assist you because you're in an incline, so that it'll be an easier push away from the object. So it's okay. So Brad, I'm just going to demonstrate what I mean by a modified push-up, or indeed an incline push-up, and then I'll get you to do that for me. So basically your hands are on the incline object, and you have your legs out and back is flat, and you have your arms at just slightly wider than your shoulders, and you lower yourself and push up. You lower yourself and push up. Let me just do one more. Cool. So, is that alright for you to try?
Yep.
Great form. Fantastic, that's it. Wow. Chest right to the chair. Brilliant. How do you feel? No? Not too difficult?
Good, man.
Fantastic.
One more and we're happy. Brilliant. Thank you. Good form. Thank you for that. And it'll just be one leg out, a dip, and then up. But the most important thing to be aware of is to land on your heel. So the weight is on your heel and your knee remains above your ankle while the weight is on the heel. Lower yourself so the knee is hovering above the ground and lift. And we can alternate between the two and lift. And lift. And lift. So if you could try that for me, please. Brilliant. Great form. Great form. If you find a little unsteady, just widen your stance a little bit so that you're a little more balanced on both ends. Yep. Brilliant. Fantastic. Just always watch the knee because that's going to save your knees in the future from all that cricketing ahead. Wonderful. The exercise that I'm prescribing today, I'd like you to do 30 seconds on each side when I'm not here, when you're following my program. Okay, and the last exercise we're going to do is just a leg curl. So this is just balancing yourself again and then lifting your leg, alternating between your legs. Like that. No weight. Fantastic. Great. You do a lot of warm up in your cricket.
A little bit.
Yeah. A bit of stretching or?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. If you're running for an hour and a half and all that stuff, I think it's important to yeah. Okay, fantastic. All right, that concludes our cardio and resistance exercise. Thank you.